Hey y'all. Okay, so this is the third video of my backpacking gear series. This is definitely taking longer than I thought it would. So I left off talking about rain gear. So the rain jacket that I'm using is the Montbell Versalite. I don't feel like taking it out of this little pouch, but this is it. Actually, these might be the pants. Anyway, this is the setup for pants and jacket. The reason why I went with this is it had really great reviews, but it is incredibly expensive. These were a Christmas present from my parents. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I don't even remember how much they cost, but anyway, fairly breathable, and it takes it a while for this material to wet out. Supposedly, I haven't really tested it yet. And it has, features like a cinchable hood, and just stuff like that. But I have enjoyed using this. It has breathed well for me. I have another set which is from Lightheart Gear, which is made out of a sil nylon material. It's completely waterproof, meaning it will never wet out, but it does not breathe at all. And I have worn that in cooler weather. I think it was like 40 something degrees, and I was totally wet from my sweat. And in fact, I could not stop hiking because I would start shivering. So that day I remember I wasn't able to stop for lunch. I just had to eat snacks, and it was not a fun thing. Thankfully, I was being picked up that day, so I didn't have to worry about hypothermia so much because I knew I had an exit. But I think that Lightheart Gear set is for a very specific set of conditions where, cooler temperatures, and you have to work really hard to, regulate the moisture that you're producing. You don't have to worry about that nearly as much with this Montbell set. So far, so good with that. This is a wind jacket from Z-Packs. This is a new addition for me. And I was reading about this, this thing is like whisper light, like 2-3 ounces in weight. It can help retain heat really well when used with the right layers. So let me go ahead and show you my ideal pairing with this. It is with this fleece from Cinchi Designs, which is made with Alpha Direct fleece. This is a new type of fleece. It's extremely lightweight. I don't know if you can tell, it's a little see-through, like it's very thin, so it's very breathable. It doesn't work incredibly well on its own. Because of that, it works really well when paired with another layer, such as a wind shirt or a rain jacket, or a puffy. The reason why I like it with this wind shirt is this is breathable, whereas my rain jacket isn't. So yeah, but this is gonna block out the wind and keep the heat in. So yeah, this is great, again, because it is very warm, extremely lightweight. This particular one has the zip here, and a hood, so you can, regulate your temperature a little bit better that way. There are different weights of Alpha Direct fleece. This is the 90, which is like the mid-weight. I also have a 60 weight, which is the lightest one. And then there's a 120 weight, which I don't have. But that's, if you want to be super warm. Obviously that one's gonna be a little bit heavier. I'll just keep with my clothes here. So socks, you wanna use a wool sock because it's gonna be odor resistant. It's gonna dry faster. It's like merino wool or alpaca wool. This is from Darn Tough. They have a lifetime guarantee. If you ever get a hole in your sock, then they will replace it. I also really like Farm to Feet. Those are actually a little bit more comfortable for me. They seem to have a little bit more stretch than the Darn Tough, but I don't think they have the lifetime guarantee. So, Darn Tough is great. And I bring a pair to sleep in, and then always an extra pair for hiking, because you know, if your socks get wet from rain, or if you have to go through a stream or whatever, you need to have dry socks to put on. And just for like, so you don't get hypothermia or really cold. And I just like having a pair of cozy socks to sleep in. So I almost always have 3 pairs of socks with me. If not, no, 3, yeah. Okay, a sports bra. Ladies, are these not like the bane of our existence? It's so hard to find one that's comfortable and one that doesn't turn into a sweat box. This is my favorite one so far. It's from Nike. I got it from Amazon. And the reason why I like it is there's mesh here in the middle, so that provides some airflow. And then on the back and the sides here is mesh. So again, a little bit more cooling. And it just doesn't seem to hold in stink, you know, terribly much. I do have a merino wool bra, but I don't like it. It just absorbs the sweat and just, it's so wet. It takes forever to dry. This dries much faster. So this is my pick right now. Yeah. Okay. Base layers. So you can choose between synthetic, like this, or wool of some type. Merino wool blend, alpaca wool. So wool is going to be more odor resistant. If you get wet, it's still going to keep you warm. So that's the benefits of wool. It's going to be slightly heavier and, in my opinion, slightly warmer. So if it's really hot outside and I'm not worried about getting hypothermia if it rains or something, I will usually choose to bring a synthetic. Or what I typically do, I like to bring 2 shirts with me because, you know, if one gets wet, I just really don't want to put on a wet shirt. And anyway, they're usually pretty lightweight, so not a big deal. But so I'll usually bring a synthetic and a wool shirt. But like I was saying, if it's really hot outside, I'll usually opt for synthetic because it's cooler. These arm sleeves are something I brought for the first time on my last section hike, and they were awesome because they just slip on your arm. These are from Ultra Gam. I got it from Garage Grown Gear. But you just slip it over your arms in the morning, like when it's chilly and you're nice and warm, you can wear your short sleeve shirt or whatever. And then when it warms up, you just take it off and you stuff it somewhere in your pocket on your pack, and you don't have to change or carry a long sleeve shirt. It was great. Okay, bottoms, there's so many options with bottoms, pants, shorts, whatever. It depends on the weather. So I just brought a couple of options here to show you. These are some of my favorite hiking pants. It's a lightweight Marmot hiking pant. The reason why I like them is they do roll up. There's snaps on the side. It's a very lightweight material, and they're slightly water resistant, so the water will bead up on them if it's just a light rain. And then I do love this hiking skirt from Purple Rain, which is a small cottage company out of Oregon. This is a very water resistant material, and these pockets on the sides are huge. You can put a cell phone, snacks. There's actually 2 pockets. So there's like this hidden pocket right here on both sides of the skirt. And like the design with this wide waistband is actually really comfortable and flattering. And she makes these in all different colors. So really love this Purple Rain hiking skirt. Highly recommend. I'll of course also wear shorts. I think some of my favorite are from Under Armour. I do have some Patagonia Barely baggies, which I really like. So, and leggings too. Leggings are really great, especially when they have pockets on the side. I love being able to put my phone in my pocket. But yeah, just depends on the weather as far as clothes. I also do have some long sleeve shirts that I'll bring that I haven't shown you. And what else am I leaving out? I do bring a hat, of course, and a buff, which I'm wearing right now. I always bring a buff. So this is not just cute, but I'll use it as an eye mask when I sleep because it gets really light inside of these tents and it'll wake me up. So I'll wear it, like I said, eye mask. So yeah, this is multi-purpose. You can also wear it as a neck gaiter. I've done that to keep in some heat there. I think that's all the clothing. I think that's, well, underwear, but you know, just bring some breathable underwear. Ex Officio makes some really great ones. Okay, so bear spray. Yes, I do bring bear spray. I've had my fair share of encounters with human conditioned bears in the Smokies. I'm not going to take a chance. I carry the bear spray. You don't need it until you need it. And then you wish that you had it. This is a sit pad, which I will bring on, you know, weekend trips, definitely day hikes. This is from Thermarest Z-Lite, which is really nice. It's very sturdy. But this is great. You can put this on a log or a rock, and you know, it adds a little extra cushion, also a little extra warmth, and your butt doesn't get dirty. So it's definitely highly recommend these. All right, yeah, let's talk about this. So ladies, how do you go to the bathroom in the woods? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I do. So yeah, you can, you know, hang on to the tree, do that way, you know, squat, hang on to the tree, and that's how I did it for a number of years. But this is my recent discovery. So this is a funnel. It's a pea-style funnel. And I had another one that was made out of silicone and it was flexible and it did not work well. This is fail-proof, I feel like. You can imagine how it works. You get to pee like a dude. It's so liberating. You don't have to like tromp your way into the woods to find a little spot or whatever. You know, just get a little off trail and do your business just like a dude. Nobody's gonna see anything. It's very discreet. And it just makes it so much easier. And then it goes in this little pouch, which you can hook it wherever you want, but I like hooking it onto my waist belt on my pack. And there's a carabiner that it hooks onto, along with this wonderful thing. This is a Kula cloth. And people think they hear what it is and they think it's disgusting. I'm telling you, it's not. This is an antimicrobial high-tech fabric. It's extremely absorbent, completely waterproof on one side. It's infused with like silver or something, which makes it antimicrobial, also has no odor. This is a little glow-in-the-dark strip there. And after you've used it, you just kind of clip it like that, and then it clips on here so it doesn't get dirty. And you can, you know, rinse it out a number of ways. I mean, I've gone a couple of days without rinsing it out. I know that sounds really gross, but seriously, it's saying it's like antimicrobial magic. But, you know, you really don't want to rinse it out directly in a stream, but, you know, you can fill your water bottle with clean water, rinse it out there with a drop or two of Dr. Bronner soap, not in a stream. You want to do it away from the stream. That's one way to clean it. Or if you can find a bathroom, just rinse it out in the sink there, like an actual bathroom, which is what I did on my last section. Game changer, y'all. Okay. Poop kit. This is my poop kit, typically what it looks like. I'll have a Ziploc bag with toilet paper, wet wipes, like the kind for your bum, and then these are the kinds for your hands. This trowel from Vogler, which is the bomb. This is the best trowel I've found because it actually will dig through roots, and this plastic end on the handle, it actually, like, the design of this doesn't dig into your hand like my old trowel. It's so great. It's super lightweight. And then also, I I'll have a Ziploc bag for my used toilet paper. So that all goes in there. You really don't want to bury your TP because animals can dig it up and then it just gets strewn about and, you know, leave no trace. So you really want to pack it out if at all possible. Okay, I still have toiletries and first aid to do. I think I'm going to do that in one more video, but first I can show you my camp chair. So this is a luxury item. This is an REI Flex Light. It weighs a pound. I always bring this unless I'm doing like a long hike where weight is like of super importance. But this is the lightest backpacking chair I think that you can find. The only downside to this is it can sink into the ground if it's soft or if it's sandy, or if you are a person who weighs a little more. I think this is rated to like 250 pounds, but I definitely wouldn't. I think maybe 200 pounds might be pushing it, because it is a little flimsy because it is so lightweight, but I love this. Okay, I'm gonna stop this and start my next video.